You are now watching Sacred Seat TV. Good afternoon, welcome back to my channel. So today is a little bit different. I am out here on the lake enjoying the beautifulness of it all in nature. And I kind of just wanted to come and talk about some lessons that I've been learning here as of late. So mostly this video will be talking about like how to show up for yourself and why that matters. And so I've been learning in my journey through anxiety in social situations and just generally speaking, showing up for yourself is basically like a way that you can practice self-love. And so in my case, showing up for myself is helping me to build confidence within myself. It's helping me to practice self-care. It's also helping me to trust myself and establish a trustworthy relationship with myself. I do have a history of breaking promises to myself. And so if you're one of those people where you set goals for things and you never accomplish them, or you set out to, start a new project or something like that and you don't finish it, then showing up for yourself will help you build that trust back. I had a long history of just wanting to do so many things, but, within that, just being afraid to actually take the first step to do them. And so that has unfortunately resulted in a untrustworthy relationship with myself. And so what I'm doing now is working to build that trust back up. And I think that, a lot of times when we talk about relationships, like people don't necessarily talk about the relationship that you have with self and like how important that is. And so, someone that I know always tells me like, the way that you do one thing is the way that you do everything. And so with that, like taking that into consideration to the point of like trying to apply a thoroughness attitude, a finishing attitude to any task or goal that you may have for yourself, that helps to build that trust back. And so that's what I've been learning here, I've been going through some health issues and, trying to navigate that along with having generalized anxiety and like putting myself in uncomfortable situations to, I guess, like assist with like being able to deal with it more. Because for so long I've been avoidant when it comes to those feelings of anxiety. And so you can't heal something if you don't take the time to feel it. And so remembering that along the way has definitely helped me, help motivate me in this period of my life. Because it's not easy out here, y'all. And then you also talk about like being in your late 30s, almost 40s, and like actually finally doing the work that you need for yourself. Like that's a lot. Showing up for myself also helps me to heal past traumas that I've had. And by that, I mean like when you have a history of relationships with all types of people, family, friends, whatever, and they don't necessarily show up for you, then you have to step in the gaps that are left by other people, unfortunately, and fill those holes for yourself. Because they're not going to do it for you. And knowing that is there is like half the battle. And so that is helping me to heal that little girl that was abandoned or left alone or felt like she didn't really have anybody to take up for her or be her advocate or fight for her in a sense. And so that's how this is helping me to heal my past traumas. You know, self-care is something that, people think about in terms of like taking a luxurious bath or getting your hair and your lashes and your nails and your toes done. But it also goes into the actual self and like your house, yourself, your person. So what are you doing daily or weekly or monthly to actually care for the self as you know it? And so it's not so much as me focusing on the physical part, because I do that anyway. I've made a point to make sure that that is a part of my life. But now it's turning into, I'm just trying to go a little bit deeper into myself, build a relationship, a healthy relationship with myself. And then just establishing like a strong foundation so that when I go out into the world, I have something to stand on. And going to therapy has taught me a lot about how to be. And when I say that, I really mean like how to exist in the world, like how to deal with your emotions and process them, how to be emotionally adaptive and emotionally aware of what you're going through and also what other people are going through and navigating that. And so, I would just like to encourage anyone watching this video, if you just so happen to come across it, to try to implement some of these things into your life and see how they work out for you. Hit the like button and subscribe. It's free. I do feel that, this journey, although this journey has been hard, is definitely rewarding, and I can see the progress already. And I don't even think that I'm halfway through. The dreams and the aspirations that we have for ourselves don't necessarily align with who we are at the current moment. And when you're in that moment thinking about who you are and then also thinking about who you want to be, that can cause internal conflict because you're thinking about what you're lacking as opposed to what you can add to your life or your routine to become that person that you think about in your mind, right? And so I'm saying that because, you don't want it to end up being a toxic way that you think about yourself. You want to approach it with a can-do attitude as opposed to a can't-do attitude, because that's when you have that conflict. But I'm also learning that if there's something that you're looking to do and you're thinking about it and it feels overwhelming, just take a beat, take a few moments to yourself and write down like the beginning steps. Focus on what's in front of you. Write down the beginning steps and write down the actions that you need to take to get where you want to go. And so I think that would be helpful in terms of thinking about like who you want to be and realizing that person. Because for so long, I was definitely the person thinking about like who I want to be and then how hard it's going to be to get there, or all of the work that I have to do to get there, and being overwhelmed and just quitting. But, there's going to be a point in your life that you come to and you say that, the promises that I break continually over and over to myself aren't cutting it anymore. Like, you really have to dig deep and do some real like work on yourself. Like, in my case, I think that I've been introduced to a lot of concepts and ideas of how to be, but I haven't necessarily adopted them and applied them to my actual life. So, they say, wisdom is the application of knowledge. So I have a great deal of knowledge about the self and being aware and, your emotions and things like that. But it's time to apply it now. Hit the like button and subscribe. It's free. And so that is the reason for this conversation today. And I do hope that, you watch this video through. If you've gotten this far, I appreciate the support. But this is going to end that video. I thank you so much for listening to my stream of consciousness today. And I hope that you will continue to visit the channel and check out the different videos that I have available here for you all.